Okay, welcome back fans and friends. For this upcoming video, we have the big brother to the Roadrunner, and it is that car in the background, but not that car in the background because we've already done that vehicle. It is the Convertible, the 1969 Plymouth GTX from the Barrett-Jackson collection, Greenlight. There's the top, the world's greatest collector car auctions. And there we have the car being sat in by either a show person or a person who is interested in buying the car. So this car, as we all know from this one had the Hemi in it, and the only reason why you can really reasonably tell is because it says it right there on the hood. So this one is not a Hemi, it is a 440. So the slightly larger displacement but less famous and I've heard equally powerful engine. But the only way to know is because here you see it doesn't say Plymouth GTX 440, it just says Plymouth GTX, nothing about the convertible. So Greenlight has done that thing what they usually do, where most of the stuff written on the package is nowhere on the car. So I'm hoping this one turns out better than that one. One of the issues I had was the hood of this one. You guys, gals, remember the gap in the hood? Otherwise, there was not too many other issues with the car. There's a little bit of that mark on there, but I mean, we got around it. Hopefully Barrett-Jackson prepared the vehicle better than Mecum auctions, who knows. But I do like the wheels better. The wheels for this one are great, but they are just not as showcasey as these ones. So, with the introduction out of the way, we're just going to open it up. Nice and calmly, nobody gets hurt. It's one of the things I've learned to do really well making these videos. Take 10 seconds and open it. If people are wondering, it's this I'm using. I didn't pay a lot for it, but it has served me each and every one of these Greenlight videos. So if you need a knife to open Greenlight videos, get whatever one you want. I've gotten that one. So here we have the convertible. I do like the contrasting interior with the exterior. Because why not? Because otherwise you have cars that are very hard to see inside. So it's just that sort of nonsense. So we will start with the top because it is a convertible. Because they use the shiny black, it can obviously hide defects better. Once again, no rear view mirrors, probably using the similar, if not the same casting as that, just no roof. And because the roof is a separate piece, there's vinyl here that they simply glue on top when they stamp in the plastic there. I guess it's not as difficult as it seems because we can clearly see the part that would extend normally over the back there. The trunk obviously does not open. And so I guess we're moving to the back because I dropped it there. And it is very shiny. It says GTX right in the center there. Plymouth in the top right. Exactly as the car on the left, and we exchanged Barrett-Jackson for Mecum auctions on the license plate. The exhaust is in the exact same spot, same underside metal body, and even it says, see, here's the thing with Greenlight, it says 1969 Plymouth GTX, but nothing else about the engine. And 4465, I forgot actually, is that the same number? So that's a limited edition number. 4465, and then the other number 344 is the production date from last year, and it's exactly the same. This will only really matter if you take it out of the package and or you leave it. Actually, it'll matter even if you leave it in the package. I've brought it up, Greenlight has mismatched me vehicles before between when they were made and when they were sold in that package. It's not serious, I don't really care, I'm taking it out of the package. But here we are, exactly the same. The front of it, just painting, I believe, is the main difference. Is the Plymouth, because it's the silver on black, easier to read. The GTX, actually, I didn't point it out, but the GTX on the car on the left is extremely poorly written and painted in there. Meanwhile, on this one, it is much clearer, although it is a little bit squeezed. So, I don't see anything else to complain about. GTX on the side there, nice and easy to read. GTX again. And the last bit, I'm hoping this car rolls. Yeah, look at that. They fixed that issue. So I have not fixed this. Oh, this one actually rolls very well too. So I take it back. The GTXs so far, these two that I've done, have both done very well for themselves. In fact, the Mecum auction seems to want to roll better. However, there was a defect right here. That's a production stamping. You can see there. Not on that side, so that's how you know it's a defect. It's sort of punched in the wrong spot. And I think this one doesn't have it at all. Yeah, you see, it's nice and even. So, the last thing to do is just pop the hood, and it opens nice and easily. It actually, to me, doesn't want to open very wide, or doesn't want to stay very wide. But there's the engine. One of the great things about most Greenlights, not all, I am disappointed when you buy a Greenlight and the hood doesn't open. And I will bring that up, whether or not it happens in the next video. But as you can see, there is a few mild differences between the engines of this Hemi versus this GTX, the 440. 440 is on the convertible, Hemi is not. So that's the Hemi, and that's the GTX. Sorry, they're both GTXs. This is the 440 because it doesn't have a fancy name. That's why I'm getting confused. And so there we have it. I actually must say I do like it, and it does roll well. The racing type tires, the thin tread, does really nice. Those are hopefully just my fingerprints. Yeah, they're just my fingerprints because of the painting of the car. Stands out. So as a display model, this one is actually really, really well done, except for the rearview mirrors, doesn't have it. But everything else, like they managed to correct that issue that I brought up with this GTX. And of course, the cat cannot stay away. I don't know if he's a fan. He's usually a Camaro cat. He doesn't come for these Plymouths, Chryslers and Fords. He always shows up for the Chevrolets. So, fans and friends, thank you for watching this long-winded video comparing the GTX convertible with the 440 to the GTX regular one with the Hemi engine. They are mostly the same mold, mostly the same casting. Obviously, they've changed the roof of this to this. Either one is really showcase material. I do like them both. And as we can both see, the last thing I'm just going to bring up is the hoods are almost exactly the same. So, if you like the Mecum Auctions versions, like I said, I got this at when I first started collecting Greenlights for a steal, like a literal steal. It was $1.50 at Walmart because somebody had put it in the clearance rack. So I've never seen it since. I've never seen it again. Sorry, that was the last thing I didn't cover. I apologize. The 2007, so it is an earlier Greenlight recasting, and the JL029C for convertible. Now I get it. But here we will have it. Again, sorry, there's the C as well there. This is GL029C. So if anybody's keeping track of these Greenlights, the car and the models, that's the one you go off of. And obviously the everything else appears to be the same. Except this one is 2 years older, 2019, and this one is 2021. So there we have it. I'll break it up. I promise I'll end it right now. 2007. Thank you, fans and friends, for watching. This is Thomas from Toronto, and till the next one.